So everyone look up and look at the camera, right?
Sure.
I was on my phone, I feel like you should.
I don't know how many being
In 2009, researchers were worried. Pauline Hawkins mentioned in her article that students were falling nationally in education, and they had fallen from 18th to 31st place, specifically in the categories of math and science. So the government decided to implement a plan, or a law in this case, to fix this avalanche of educational problems. But this law had many problems, and one of the things that was wrong was that 100% of students throughout the whole United States were supposed to be proficient by 2014. This law was famously known as No Child Left Behind, or NCLB. The reason this law needs to be repealed because it directly impacts teachers and has a bad effect on them, and it has many flaws. Furthermore, there should be programs implemented that encourage students to help others and that help students to learn at their own pace. Students' results directly impact schools, and specifically those teachers within the schools. Kevin Richards said that lots of time and money is spent on high-quality teachers, and in background and analysis, 10% of teacher development is spent from the fund. And so a lot of the bad results that the students get are actually reflected from the teacher. In the trouble with Common Core, it states that all 50 states, after they heard that they were going to lose funding, that they decided to revise their standards so that they would not lose funding from the state. And so one of those plans was Common Core, and that's why I used that article. No Child Left Behind represents all the inequality of the schools throughout the United States. So the kinds of things that they have to do for this is they have to test kids in grades 3 through 8 once per year, and then again in high school. And so many teachers were worried about their students not being able to pass that they started teaching towards the test. So kids weren't really learning anything, they were actually learning how to multiple guess. In background and analysis, 43 of 50 states were granted waivers so that they would not have to meet this goal. So the way to solve all these problems is to repeal this law. Students can help each other in other ways, and here are some ways they can do that. So let the students work ahead that understand the information. They will learn more, and they can be a benefit to everyone around them. They can work with other people. Also, they will be able to understand the information more fully if they're working with other people. If they're explaining the information to their other students, they can actually see, the things that they teach they will be able to understand this better because they're teaching to other people. And also, they're learning it more by remembering it, and they'll retain it a lot better. It'll create better self-esteem between peers because they're achieving goals, and schools will be rewarded for their progress because they're working together to build up friendships and grades. So really, the best way to handle this law is to repeal it because it stops solutions that don't work for schools. There won't be rigorous testing programs anymore and they will start from what everyone knows and work up instead of setting the standards so high that no students can reach it. The educational avalanche will slow down in a hurry. Teachers won't be blamed anymore because it will have more impact on the students. And also the students will remember all this. So as you have heard, the law No Child Left Behind has lots of problems, and the best way to solve all these problems is to get rid of it. We won't have to worry about 100% proficiency throughout the whole entire schools, and students can learn from their teachers and from other peers because they're working together to understand it. They'll remember it for later dates in math, especially in the categories of math and science, which Idaho is really lacking in right now in jobs, in people to fill those jobs of math and science. The future generations will be better because of what they have learned and what they have taught to other people, and also what they have remembered throughout this whole entire thing, and all without no child left behind to slow them down.